Sure, abuti ona hle.
Then, Patriots, I want to thank everybody at the by-elections. Ek wil vir julle sê baie dankie. Baie dankie vir julle werk wat julle doen. You know, I got a call from the SG. She said Uvi's even got a stroke at one of the work he did, and he went to hospital. And she phoned him, and then she said, no, it's better. She spoke to him. At the by-election, working away from his house, he got a stroke, a mild stroke. Luckily, it's not so serious, I'm told. But that just shows you that people leave their houses to go and make sure the PA wins. Because they understand it's a better tomorrow. People leave their houses for PA. And I want to appreciate everybody today that's not at their house. Ek wil vir julle dankie sê julle wat nie by julle huis is. But leboa lena batho ba tsile matlo a lena le tlo thusa go di by-election tsa rona. But leboa. Ek wil vir julle sê baie dankie. I want to thank everybody that assisted and is still assisting. Everyone, I want to thank you tonight and say from the bottom of my heart, on behalf of each and every member of the Patriotic Alliance, ons wil sê baie dankie. Baie dankie dat julle opgestaan het en gesê het ons gaan seker maak ons wen die by-election. Because hulle verstaan, that's a visie. They understand there's a vision. So I got one question I want to ask you. I live in Cape Town, so I get a bill. I see the rates are up, I think by 7%, if I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I'll just make sure. The rates are up. Why are you not complaining? If they care so much about the poor, why are they raising why is the thing being raised, the rates in Texas, in the Western Cape? Wat if you laat toemaak asseblief mense? Hulle het ons lank toegemaak die mense. Imagine they want to portray us as being against the poor. Against the poor. They mustn't come play here. So there you have it. From me, I'm telling you, I'm not going to lie and blame the ANC and blame the IFP. We voted for the VAT of 0.5%. With the explicit understanding it will be under 5%. It will be scrapped. And it's scrapped now. Whether, what. So there you have it. Patriots, I want to talk, the most important thing, I think is, what is still extending? Oh, with the GNU, you can't trust a guy like Malema. I can tell you now. One day is like this, one day is like that. I don't like the DA, but we can't just get rid of the DA yet. That is my advice. So this is why when I was asked to give, I said, you know, make space for other parties to come in to make this thing bigger. The bigger the GNU is, the less risk there is of it collapsing. Let me explain to you. The bigger the GNU is, there's less risk of it collapsing. So if the DA takes the ball and they leave, the game continues. So I say bring in other parties. Bring in other parties that love South Africa. Parties that you can take the word. But to put South Africa in the hands of Malema. Mal-Emma. Nee, jy moet ook mal is om het te doen. Hy is mal, hy is een mal jong, hy. Hy jong is mal, so hy jou hoop in Malema sit. The president must never make that mistake. Let's rather deal met dies wat dink hulle so slim van die. En ek hoor hulle klop nou aan die deur om te sê, kom, moet ons nie wegjaggie. I hear they're saying, no, don't chase us away. So yeah, let's not chase them away, but let's just make space for the other people. Let's just make space for other people. Now they're the ones that say, they said they'll leave. Now they're no longer leaving, so it's fine. We are happy they're not leaving. So now you know what's happening. Otherwise, the ANC, which is the majority party amongst us, my advice to them, when they ask me, how do you feel, Mckenzie? I said, we feel that I wasn't even in that meeting, but the PA was in that meeting, the leadership of the PA. I was out of the country. The leadership of the PA said to them, and the DP told them, no, man, we don't want the DA to leave. We don't like them, but we don't want them to leave because we love South Africa more. So if you wonder what's happening, if the DA is going to play games with the ANC, the government will still be over 50%. But to bring Malema in and chase everybody out, he can leave you tomorrow, that one. He's got no honor. He can leave you tomorrow. That one can leave you tomorrow. I was laughing. He said today, apparently, PA is funded by, I don't know, did he say Robert Hessoff or... Now my question to him is, if I look at his lifestyle, where does he get the money? Because a parliamentary salary, in whose house does he stay? Like, in whose house does he stay? In whose house does he stay? Parliamentary salary he can't come out with this. Which business has he ever had? And I can tell you, because Rob is my friend, Rob is not funding the Patriotic Alliance. Imagine this really will cost us close to 50 million rand. I must now go ask Rob for 50. I said, Mal, does he think we live off a salary? So I want to say it right here. He's talking nonsense. PA is insane brain. He can't have a press conference without speaking about me. I've become the eighth pillar, even in parliament. Hulle is obsessed met my. Hulle is obsessed met my. I got a complaint that people are complaining in somebody sent me a message today that Patriotic Alliance members were shouting somebody in Westbury. I must intervene. Ek sal nie. Hou julle bekke uit PA. Hou PA uit jou mond uit. Ek gaan nie intervene nie. I'm not going to turn against my people because hulle dik van julle. Julle praat van PA. You want to shout PA. And then when the people ask you, sê wat jy gesê het daar op Facebook, then you want to run to me. Los my uit. Julle praat. Ek kan nie wag vir 'n dag wat ek weer in die parlement is en nie weer. Dan moet julle dieselfde van my praat. Kom by jou staan en sê, hoe jy gesê wat maak ek? Sê gou weer daai. Sê gou weer daai. Don't come to me. But you talk nonsense about the PA everywhere. When the PA people are confronting you and come to me, wat moet ek maak? This thing is very easy. Leave PA uit jou bekkie uit asseblief. Asseblief, los ons af. Spandeer tyd met jou kinders. Gee jou man aandag. Gee jou vrou aandag. Gee jou bokke aandag. Moenie die PA aandag gee nie. Ons soek nie aandag nie, ons soek votes. Ons soek nie jou aandag nie. Just leave the PA people. Ons is maar mal, is waar. Hulle sê ons is mal. Is waar, ons is mal. We love this thing. Onze malheid is ons so ver gebring. Now, please, tonight is your life. You got to deal with the people of Westbury. Is ek mal? Westbury just showed you. They are PA. Nou moet ek, Westbury se mens, is ek mal? Los net. Talk about your kids, talk about your family, talk about your loved ones. Leave the Patriotic Alliance. We don't like you, so don't even talk about us. Julle like PA, as PA, mense julle vra, wil ek om sê, ek moet intervene, ek intervene niks. This is not my party. People are protecting their own party. Julle is PA mal. You know, I'm from Heidedal, let me tell you something. There's some things that I'm doing in Heidedal to fix Heidedal because it's not been fixed for 20, 30 years. I went to jail. Nothing changed when I came out of Heidedal. Nothing changed. I'm now busy getting corporates to invest in Heidedal also. Heidedal has now become, there's a group there. All the haters that from Cape Town, Joburg, they are now getting there. They're no longer talking issues of Heidedal. They're talking issues of Gayton. That is now, sleg al gesien jou. Imagine you go to Heidedal, but Heidedal people vote for me. They vote for the PA. They vote for the PA members. PA got the most votes in Heidedal. And PA gaan hy wat wen in Heidedal. Now they all think, I don't live in Heidedal anymore. My mom left me a house there. Nobody's even staying in that house. My parents left me a house in Heidedal when they died. We don't live in Heidedal anymore. My kids don't even live in Heidedal. So don't think you can talk about PA and then when people of PA retaliate, then you come to me because he last, because niks uit te wy nie. If you say something about PA, don't come to me. Don't come to me and say this and this and but ek weet een and the people of Heidedal, they voted for PA. Sammy Klassen was telling me a story the other day. He said, yo, President, we were sitting me and Sammy. He tells me a Julius, he says, yo, when I was at the DA said, go and win Heidedal, we want to embarrass Mckenzie. Sammy said, jy gooi alles. He said, gooi. He's telling us the story. He's like, yo, we are going. We are going. He says, yo, 5 o'clock, we just see your combis come, you and Diva and them. You just drop people. Personally, I went to go drop people. I went to go pick people up. Sammy said, he said, waar kry Mckenzie al die mense? When the result came out, Sammy told me. This I heard from Sammy because they were leading in the morning. I left them. When the people came from work, I picked them up. Sammy says, yo, he's never seen so. He says, all the combis, if it's not Divan, then it's Vicky, then it's Gayton. We're just bringing people. We're just bringing people. We were driving, I'm telling you, Aslasa, we were there the whole night, getting people. So nobody must complain about a PA by me if you talk nonsense about a PA. Wanted to make that one very clear tonight, and that's why I stood time on it. Gaan daar by Heidedal groep, gaan complain daar van my. Don't come to me. Go and tell the Heidedal group, where everybody, that group must be called, We Hate Gayton. That group, that's what it must be called. We Hate Gayton Mckenzie. And We Hate Gayton Mckenzie. That's what they should call the group. Because Heidedal people can't even know what is being said in Heidedal. What's the issues with Heidedal? What is the problems in Heidedal? Because that group is about Gayton. I'm the oxygen of that group. Then, before I come to the Nelson Mandela thing, Patriots, this is where you should listen very carefully. The PA is undergoing massive transformation. All the changes will be announced at the rally. We're doing massive changes in pursuit of gaining more power in the next election. We are going to announce a new youth league. We're going to announce women's league. We're going to announce the provincial structures. We are going to announce all of that. in preparation for 2026. So, because there was a lot of personal fights between people. Those personal fights are never good because it chases people away. It chases good people away. It chases good people away. You guys, some of you were in leadership positions, you don't even do door to door. Let's take Mary. Mary is a leader in the party. But where's Mary? She's on the ground. Some of you only come when you know I'm going to be there. So we are preparing. Then you have people that we gave jobs to. Every party has a levy. That levy creates more jobs. Now, I'm going to explain this to you. The councillors and the parliamentarians, they pay, I think, I don't know how much, 10% or something. I don't even know how much that is, to a levy. That money, the SG and them must then create jobs for other people. Are you following me? And then those people will pay a levy so we can create more jobs for people. I'm going to repeat this because it's very important what I'm going to say. Councillors are paying a levy with the parliamentarians. That levy will pay people like OMC and them, the people taking pictures. They will pay the people on the transport. And then part of it, and then there's more jobs being created. So we create more jobs. And then when those people get jobs, we try to create more jobs because PA is about job creation. So everybody pays the levy. Everybody pays, but the main aim is to create more jobs. That's why so many people are now working for the PA. The PA's got offices now opening up. How shocked am I to hear that the people that got a job because a levy is not paying the levy to create other people a job. Imagine you get a job because somebody paid levies. Now you have the job. You must help others to create, so you can give other people jobs. Then you don't pay your levy. On the 15th of, is it the 15th? On the 15th, those people are going to get letters tomorrow. All political staff that don't pay levies must be removed, and we must put other people there so we can create more. So that list, I said I want to see that list. I want that list on the 15th when they are all there. Your levies is not, you think your levies will make all these millions we're going to pay for the rally? No. That money comes out of our pockets. But we want to create jobs for other people. There are people in PA that are driving the posters, that are carrying the T-shirts, they're doing all that type of stuff. Those people must be paid. Now, what type of patriot are you if you don't? So I'm just telling you, then you know what is the issue, what the story is going to be. Today, we've decided they're going to get one more chance, one letter, before we deal with it. We must be honest. There's people sitting here that don't have jobs. We can rather give them the jobs. Then you have that. So what I told you about the next step, the by-elections, I would thank the people, but I also want to say I'm going to come and assist in the by-elections. PA is now, PA couldn't have a by-election without me. Now, in Westbury, I did nothing, really. The people who went there, so they don't even need, they didn't need Gayton to come there. I'm not coming so that I make sure you win. No, I don't have that powers, but I'm coming to do my bit. So the PA is going through changes after the announcements will be announced at the stadium. So after the stadium, on the 17th, our party will, everybody there will get a t-shirt, every single one. We're giving away 60,000 t-shirts. Come early, make sure your bus come early because we've got a overlay outside. But you can't leave there without getting the new t-shirts coming out, the new PA t-shirts. You're going to get your t-shirt when you get there. But we want to thank everyone that is coming to work, that is helping with the by-elections. Thank you. Let us work. There's by-elections in Kokama. There's now by-elections in Nelson Mandela Bay. There's by-elections in Sutherland. There's by-elections in Bersig. Okiep. I want to say to all those councillors, and they didn't send me the names of those councillors. If you can send me the names. But I know that, I want to read you a message that Bradley sent me here. This is who the PA is. Listen to this. I got this message and I don't think Bradley will mind sharing this with you. It says, good evening, press. We were very fortunate to have two strong potential candidates for the upcoming Ward 34 by-election in Nelson Mandela Bay. One, Geraldine Fontaine, who is also our proposed 2026 councillor candidate for this ward, and Brian Salters. Now, I know both of them. After engaging with both of them, because both of them are very, very strong, Brian Salters graciously expressed that he believes it is time for a woman to lead in this ward. Sure. And is fully committed to supporting Geraldine's campaign. President, with the party's blessing, we would be honored to field her as our candidate. Regards, Bradley. I said, good evening. She's the right person. And I said, I'm so humbled by Leader Brian's way of thinking. Now, people like Brian Sultan, those are patriots. They don't think about themselves. They think about the party. So I just needed to share that with you, to say it warmed my heart where people are thinking like, maybe it's time for women to lead here. Let me stand back, because now when we're going to when we want to send somebody to parliament, people like Brian always come to mind. And that, for me, that message touched me, how far we've come. One of my friends, I sent my best friend, Mike, I sent him a thing, a message of the PA, two messages I saw. One was saying, somebody bought bananas. Somebody bought bananas because they saw somebody with a PA t-shirt selling bananas in Etlong. Now that's a deep thing. This person couldn't drive past that person. Then I saw Merlin, Arthur, Merlin, Grootboom, I think is his name. He's always saying, this is the boots he used to walk in. In the last election, the boots are finished. Then I saw another patriot that said, she and her husband, they were hiking and paying 10 rands to come back, to go and do door to door. Imagine you hike to go do door to door. Jy het 'n kar, jy kom nie. Maar jy het 'n kar, jy petrol, maar jy kom nie. Dis start om te kom help. Here's somebody saying, me and my hubby, we went there, we then paid 10 rands to come back in. That's who we are in the PA. We are not people that want to plant an apple tree today and want to eat apples tomorrow. You know, there's people that love the PA. People that is exemplified. They exemplify what it is to be a member of the Patriotic Alliance. This is all that we have. You know what is my greatest thing for me? It is the leaders that we are, the next round of leaders. People like Bradley, people like Tiffany and them, people like Sharifa and them, people like Ombiza and them. I know, and I'm mentioning people here that's prominent, but they're not the only ones, Jasmine and them. There's so many strong leaders we are building. Because onze tyd raak nou klaar. But my claim to fame will be one day, I have played a small role in the leaders that are coming up. There's so many leaders that I see that are coming up. Don't let your attitude and your ego stand in your way. Don't let that. Los maar vir Gayton. Ek is uitgesot in die lewe. My kinders is uitgesot. Maar dit beteken niks as ander kinders uitgesot is. We are all that we have. They will write, I'm corrupt. Gayton stole money. Gayton did this. Then they'll apologize. Because Charles is on top of them. And Eugene and the lawyers. They'll write all the nonsense about me, but then after 3 months, you'll see an apology. So PA is going to change us in the next 3 weeks. We're going to introduce new faces in positions, old faces into new positions. Actually, we're going to, as you see now, these ones don't pay levies, we are removing them. We are bringing people in. We are preparing for 2026. We want people like Bradley and them to become the mayors. I'm telling them to become the mayors. And you must be prepared. It's election time. People are going to leave us. And when they leave us, it's okay. I'm having a list of 4 DA councillors that I must come and introduce here. I'm the one that has not introduced them. They want to come on the green train. I've got 5 ANC members that want to join us. So there's 9 councillors that we must still introduce. But we check the by-elections. We don't want to have so many by-elections. We want to, because we're staggering them. So we are not special that we're not going to lose members. People go and they see. You see, a lot of these people, that these particularly colored people that are being used to attack me, when the DA list comes out for councillors for 2026, some of them will be jobless. Some of them will be jobless. Believe me, you're going to hear my words. Nix. They will be jobless. Some of them will be jobless. We, die plan gaan aan. Ons is familie. We are family. Assuling hulle. They stepped aside so that Alvira and them can go in. That's how we are the PA. And we don't just discard people. We said, no, step aside, the party will make sure you're okay. Now, you know what irritates me the most? Is a person, he don't nooit a school koor. He wasn't even the captain of the netball or a captain of the soccer team. Then he wants to tell us how to run the PA. A party with a membership of 650,000. Signed up membership of 650,000. Sy het nog nie eens 8 mense gekontrol nie. Wat vandag sê sy, hy maak so. Sy sê is die baas waar die werkie. Sy moet nog afvra. Maar hy wil die vir ons kom sê. Op Facebook, daar waar sy werk, sy sê die baas sê. Sy sê is die middelbaas sê. Maar hier ken sy alles ken bietjie jou werk, laat jy kan die baas word. Voor jy vir ons kom sê. Sy het nog eens 'n skoolkoor gebestuur, maar jy wil vir ons bestuur. Los die PA. We've got close to 100 seats. We've got more than 12 seats provincially. We've got close to 100 seats locally. We've got 9 parliamentarian seats. We've got 1 seat in the NCOP. We are in the provincial legislature. We are in local government. We are in all the spheres. That's the Patriotic Alliance for you. We are the only party that grew. Nou moet ek vir jou kom luister. Jy kan nie so status by die werk groei nie. Maar as Gayton. Julle droom van my. Ek slaap lekker. Ek droom van die Patriots. Lekker. Ek droom hoe vol is die stadium. Ek droom hoe lekker gaan het Visa so soontoe gaan. I'm dreaming about buses coming from Soweto. I'm dreaming about buses coming all the way from Westbury. I'm dreaming about buses coming from Mitchell's Plain, Claver, Menenberg, Calvindale. I'm dreaming about the Buffalo City, East London. I'm dreaming about Wentworth, buses going. Jy droom van Gayton. Ek slaap baie lekker. Because ek is 'n patriot. Moenie oor Gayton worry nie. Die Here kyk vir Gayton. Julle is met my besig. Wat is hulle vrouens maar? Gee hulle vrouens die nodige aandag. Vat hulle ooit aan hulle vrouens. Want hulle vat net aan hulle fone. Vir Gayton. Dat sy bietjie daar by die huis, maar se kind. Maak sy 'n bietjie gelukkiger. Wat maak Gayton? Julle is op die lives, ek vra vir julle nou. Julle is aan hier samen op die lives. Los PA se mense uit asseblief. PA is international. Go to London, you'll get our leaders there. Stand on them. Go to, you know, wherever I go. I was in Japan the other day, I met patriots. I went to London, I get to London. I'm driving to the airport. So, no, I didn't go to the airport. I went for a meeting with the permanent secretary in London. So as I'm meeting the permanent secretary, I'm being taken by the embassy staff to go and meet the permanent secretary. But before I go to the permanent secretary, I'm meeting the HC, the High Commissioner. As we were chatting with the High Commissioner, he's telling me PA people were, he's ANC. He's telling me, yo, but PA people has a vibe. I'm like, oh, thank you, HC. I drive, but without him. I'm driving with the 3 members of the embassy staff in a combi. They said, yo, but this election, there was no party that could make it nice like PA here in London. PA was here with the flags, making a noise, music. PA was like the party here. In London, massacred, kry ek die boodskap. Nou kom sy hier. PA is international. We are international. They know the Patriotic Alliance. Sy waaroor Gayton. Ek môre met die nuwe president is in die PA. Dan moet ek die president volg en ek moet luister en hy moet my opdragte gee. Dan gaan hulle oor hom ook worry. Julle bysa sleg. PA sterk.
Beautiful patriots, beautiful South Africans, people who love South Africa and Paisani when it comes to their love for the nation. Patriots, see the president speaking about a number of things which are also very, very important. Speaking about how if the Democratic Alliance really, really cared about South Africans and people of Cape Town and people of the Western Cape, they would have cared about the rates that have went up in the Cape Town by 7%. But they're not complaining about that. They're not protesting. They're not doing anything. And that is what tells you that these people do not really care about the poor. Because if they cared about the poor, they would have thought about it. But no, they know that these monies are coming into their pockets. So hence, they're happy about it. Not trying to see any ways in which they can alleviate, make sure that the burden upon the people of the Western Cape who are struggling and having trouble make ends meet actually are able to be helped and let rates go down so that these people cannot continue to be oppressed and finding everything difficult to actually manage and survive. So I'm actually glad that he addresses that matter in that context, and actually makes us understand that the Democratic Alliance doesn't really care. If they really cared with the little things that they are happening, they would have actually showed that they really care. But are they? Then you can judge them that way. It's about how the GNU cannot trust someone like Julius Malema, and which I understand. Julius Malema is a flip-flopper. Today he's like this, tomorrow he's like that. And worst part, he hates a certain class of people, which will make him very much dangerous to society as a whole, should he be in power. And also mention how that guy could just leave the GNU tomorrow. Can just make a country so unstable, and actually amplifies on how he's just not a good candidate to actually be there in the GNU. Because he was saying a lot in his recent talks, where he had a press conference, I think on the 27th on Freedom Day. So a bunch of things that aren't really nice or wouldn't want to listen to. And he always talks about Julius, about Gayton Mckenzie. He's so obsessed with him. It is so like he cannot get his name out of his mouth. The way he keeps talking about Gayton. Left, right, and center. It's always Gayton. So this guy cannot seem to stop talking about Gayton Mckenzie. And talks about how the GNU is so much big, and how bigger it being bigger will make it unlikely to collapse. Because the more the merrier, the more people in the party, the more parties, the more seats. Should one party decide that they want to leave, then it is not the end, because there will still be enough seats to actually hold it tight, which is what is most important, right? So what's most important, because we don't want a GNU that collapses, knowing that the GNU is actually the best solution for South Africa at this point in time. We wouldn't want to see anything else besides the GNU that are having the parties like the PA, the DA, and so forth in it. Parties like the MK and the EFF would actually cause us into a big decline, which none of us actually want to go into. That is not a solution even in any given day. Goes on to even speak about Julius Malema's lifestyle, how it looks too lavish. Have you seen some of the shoes that he wears of 30,000 rands? How he lives, where he's living with some of these people who are actually the president. Apparently, Julius Malema lives a walking distance from the president of the country. That tells he's living at the top ends in this country. How is he able to live next to the president of the country? He's just a president of a party that is not even 10%. So you can imagine and actually ask yourself, where does he actually make this money? And I would also like to know, and just how obsessed he even is with Gayton Mckenzie. Cannot even go to a press conference without speaking about him. Once he opens his mouth, ma bandit, this party of ma bandit. So maybe when he's sleeping, he keeps saying ma bandit, because it looks like he's obsessed about Gayton Mckenzie, along with all the other party people who have been forced to actually go and apologize, because they keep saying a lot of bad things that they cannot actually corroborate. Then you get people like the Westbury people defending the PA from the bad mouthings of a lot of people like the DA and so forth. And if you are going to be saying bad things about the Patriotic Alliance, why would you think for 1 second that the Patriotic Alliance leaders and members are just going to let you say something bad and be able to take it when it is being given back to you? Because it's always the ones with the houses of the glass house that actually throw the stones. But when the stones actually thrown of them back at them, they start cracking and cry foul play, which is something that is also not appreciated. People should be able to say things and be able to take it when it's done back to them, and not go and say, oh, defend me, Gayton, Mckenzie. Your people are attacking me. What did you do to those people before that? And I like how the president actually speaks about it, and how Haydar is undergoing a lot of work, because apparently Haydar hasn't been improved for many years. Many years since the president went to prison and back until now, and tells you a lot, because Bloemfontein is like the forgotten city. They used to love it, the ANC people, when it was giving them leaders, when it was forming the ANC for them. But now that they actually have to take care of their place, they are failing dismally. The place is just dilapidating as a whole. Nothing is being done. Speaking about how the PA are going to be going through a lot of changes, and announcements will be at the PA rally. Going to be there, and I hope to be able to hear exactly what is it going to be happening, and how are these announcements, who's going to be given some of these positions, what's going to take place. Going to be very interesting seeing it all unfold, seeing how the PA rally actually unfolds. It's just under 3 weeks from now. I'll be there. Now actually report a whole lot of things for you. There will definitely be live videos. I've talked to some people, and even if important people, just leaders who just go there and are not holding any power or positions. So it's going to be very nice to actually see how all of this unfolds. It will be very nice. And should I be then unable to actually give any visuals, then I'll record if an interview requires me to do that. Should I be able to conduct 1 or 2 with some of them members, right? And then, not lastly, goes on to even speak about how some people have been fighting in the party and have chased away some good people. Fights happen everywhere. I believe people need to be resilient enough to stay, and people also need to be wise enough to know that when they've done somebody wrong, they must go and apologize and see how they can amend things, right? Talks about how the PA employed people are refusing to pay levies, and those levies are there to actually help create jobs and are part of the rules in the party. I think we've spoken about this before. I remember, if the party is giving you money, such an amount is supposed to go back into the party, and a certain amount is also supposed to go there for you once you are out of that position and unemployed. You need to be able and actually understanding just exactly what it is that you're doing, just exactly what it is that is needed and necessary. So that is another thing that people really need to look at and actually need to emphasize. But those people are going to be removed, and we are probably going to see when they get removed, probably on a live or something, and we can further talk more about that. For now, I will leave it as is. And those who do not pay are going to be removed. Talks about the t-shirts that are going to be provided there. I can't wait. I want to have my t-shirt. And also speaking about the by-elections in many areas that are going to be taking place very soon. And definitely I'm going to be covering that. I'm going to be talking about those and seeing, just hopefully we win some of those. And a good leader like Bradley Murray, on the message that he sent him on saying that some lady needs to be the one who leads, so that there can be a woman leader in the area. And that is nice. A lot of times the women are leading, but also I don't see any problem with many more women leaders. We need to respect and show appreciation to our women. Let them lead. Let's show that we believe in them, that they are the people that are going to lead us into prosperity. Women are very good at leadership, and we should give more opportunities to them so that they can actually lead us and show us exactly just how much they're capable of. Continue to also speak about DA and ANC councillors that are willing to leave their parties to come and join into the Patriotic Alliance. And about 9 of them, and that is going to be very, very nice when you see those councillors actually come over, and hopefully then we go into other by-elections to see, is this going to be an ability for the party to win more wards, which were previously led by these people in their different parties, but now they're under a different party. Talks about stepping aside. The step aside rule, where I'm going to continue to just, when they ask people to step aside because they've got they want to employ other people in these positions. Well, one thing that you're just supposed to do is step aside, and the party will provide something new for you. And once they aren't and taking some time, you also need to be patient to wait. The testimonies have been there by the president mainly, saying that so and so had to wait. So and so had worked for many years, but nothing was given to them. Up until this time, they're now in parliament, they're now in this position, they're now doing that. So those are some of the other things that patriots really need to consider. Because a lot of people will be hostile to get positions, but you never really know what is being planned for you, especially if you've been doing good. If you haven't been doing good, obviously you're going to be put aside and others will be given that positions. So patriots, let's continue to understand just how the party works. Continue to listen to these lives, learn, actually note down some of these important things, because they're shaping just the direction and things of how this party is going to go. President also speaks about young leaders, and should he need to step aside, there are already leaders that have been trained well enough to be able to lead this party in future, and those are patriots, and those are the leaders of the Patriotic Alliance. Going to see new positions emerge since some of those have been removed from the Youth League, the Women's League, and many of those. So patriots, let's keep an eye on the page, like, share, subscribe, and many more news will be coming your way. I hope you are eager for all of this, and I hope you remain cement fast. Don't buy as a patriots. Like, share, subscribe, and make sure that you are subscribed so that when I do share the next video, you are here to actually get those notifications. Salute patriots, salute.
Sure, I would do honestly.